Hello, this is Math Wiz Watson, and my goal is to empower you. So let's look at two-step equations. It would be easier if you already know how to solve one-step equations. Let's look at some examples. If I have 6k plus 7 equals 31, we can see there's more than one step here. But by the end of this video, it should be pretty simple. It should be pretty clear. So we want to solve for k, and so we have to get k by itself. So first we need to move this 7. So we know the rule. We can add a same value to both sides, and it keeps the equation equivalent. So we go 6k plus 7 minus 7 equals 31 minus 7. And we're subtracting 7 from both sides, keeping the equation balanced. These 7's cancel, so we have 6k equals 31 minus 7. Different signs we subtract. 31 minus 7, 24. We bring down the sign of the larger number, which is positive. And we can see that k is 4 because 6 times 4 is 24. But we need to show it. So we divide both sides by 6. 6k divided by 6 equals 24 divided by 6. These 6's cancel. K equals 24 divided by 6 is 4, just as we predicted. And you want to check your solutions. So we back substitute 4 in for k. 6 times 4 is 24 plus 7, 31. So that does check out. So let's look at the following example. We have to get w by itself. So let's start by adding 21 to both sides. We have w over 4 minus 21 plus 21 equals negative 5 plus 21. These 21's cancel. W over 4 equals, we have different signs, so we subtract 21 minus 5 is 16. We bring down the sign of the larger, which is positive. I know w must be equal to 64 because 64 divided by 4 is 16. But we need to show it. So we multiply both sides times 4. 4 times w over 4. You can just put that 4 over 1. On the right side, we don't need to do that. So we'll go 4 times 16. Cancel, 1, 1. So w surrounded by 1's is just w. That equals 4 times 16. 64, just as predicted. And we can back substitute. We substitute 64 for w, so 64 divided by 4 is 16. Minus 21 is negative 5. So yes, that does check out. And so that's how you check those. Basically, you're checking it from the beginning, and you're checking it at the end. And so that's the secret I want to share with you in this video, is that if you check it like this and you're checking it throughout, there's only a small chance that you can get it wrong. And that's the secret that I use to score big in math. So feel free to pause the video and solve the following example. So we want to get get n by itself, or 13n by itself first. So we're going to subtract 55 from both sides. We have 13n plus 55 minus 55 equals 81 minus 55. These 55's cancel. We have 13n equals 81 minus 55. I get 26. So we know n must equal 2 because 13 times 2 is 26. Let's show it. We're going to divide both sides by 13. Cancel, n equals 2 as predicted. And feel free to pause the video and try the following example. H over 9 minus 18 equals a negative 10. Let's get the 18 out of there. So we go h over 9 minus 18 plus 18 equals minus 10 plus 18. Cancel. H over 9 equals negative positive, so we subtract 8. Bring down the sign of the larger positive. We want to get h by itself. We know 72 divided by 9 is 8, so we need to show it. We're going to go 9 times h over 9 equals 9 times 8. Cancel, cancel. H equals 72 as predicted. We could back check that, and I'll leave it to you to do that. So let's look at the following example, and feel free to pause the video. So we're going to go ahead and subtract 26. We have m over 12 plus 26 minus 26 equals 29 minus 26. Cancel, cancel. M over 12 equals different signs we subtract. Bring down the sign of the larger, so that's just 3. We know m must equal 36 because 36 divided by 12 equals 3. Let's show it. We're going to go 12 times m over 12 equals 12 times 3. Cancel, cancel. M equals 36. And I'll leave it to you to back check that one. So feel free to pause the video and try the following example. We're going to get k by itself. We're going to subtract 23 from both sides. So we're going to go negative 23 plus 50 equals negative 23 plus 23 minus 3k. These 23's cancel. Negative, positive, we subtract. That's going to give me 27. We bring down a sign of the larger, which is positive. That equals a negative 3k. We can see that k must equal a negative 9 because a negative 9 and then times a negative 3 gives us a positive 27. So let's show it. We'll divide both sides by a negative 3. Cancel. So this equals k. Negative positive is a negative 9, just as predicted. And I can leave it to you to back check that. So let's look at the following example. This one is in decimal. Feel free to pause the video and try it yourself. The same rules apply. We're going to get a by itself, and that's how we solve for a. So we're going to subtract off 8.2. We're going to go 52.7 minus 8.2 equals negative 9.3a plus 8.2 minus 8.2. These cancel. So that gives me 53.7 minus 8.2. 52 minus 8 is going to give me 44. 44.5 equals a negative 9.3a. And so we don't know what this is. It's some sort of decimal. So let's just divide off the negative 9.3. The negative 9.3, put it in the calculator, and let's see what we come up with. Cancel, cancel. I have a equals, I get a 4.79, and that's rounded. So let's look at the following. But first, it would be a good exercise if you back check that and see for yourself if that answer is correct. So we have 6.8 minus c over 1.2 equals a negative 2.9. Let's subtract off this 6.8. Negative 6.8 plus 6.8 minus c over 1.2 equals a negative 6.8 minus 2.9. These cancel here. I have c over 1.2 equals, these are same signs, so I add 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 plus 9, 17, carry my 1, so that's going to be 9.7. Yeah, that's 9.7. We bring down the sign, which is negative. Okay, so we get c by itself. Now we're going to multiply both sides by 12. 1.2, that is. 1.2 times c over 1.2 equals 1.2 times a negative. And put this in parentheses to keep it organized. And we're going to put that in the calculator, but we see this side cancels. We put that over 1 just for completeness. All those 1s, c surrounded by 1 is just c. So 1.2 times a negative 9.7. We know that's going to be negative. Let's see what that is. I come up with 11.64. A negative 11.64. And so it would be good if you can go ahead and check that. And now for the most important step. And that step is where you practice. The time to practice is right now. If you can't practice right now, you want to practice ASAP, as soon as possible. You don't want to wait hours, and you definitely don't want to wait days. The sooner you practice, the easier the concept is. You wait days, you'll definitely forget it. You wait hours, you'll probably forget half of it as well. And I want to share a secret with you. The secret that I learned, that I used to stay a step ahead of the competition, is that everything was built on basic skills. So I made sure I was really sharp in my basic arithmetic, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So if it's at this point you're weak in those areas, you're going to struggle with these concepts. But if you're strong in those areas, you'll see that these concepts become a lot easier and your grades will show it. So try that. It's a process. Just keep building on it. Keep practicing those things until you get really sharp at those basic skills. So hopefully this lesson was helpful to you. Please like, subscribe, share, support.